Hi, welcome to CoderDojo Virtual Edition. My name is Lori. For those of you that have been following along with us in our fall series of using HTML to make our own web page, we're going to be adding a new software today that's going to help us to use the HTML coding skills we've already learned to really make our web page finished and fabulous. This software we're going to use requires us to have the basic knowledge of the HTML tags, the syntax that we use to write the code. The software is going to add a lot of the elements that we've been typing in ourselves automatically, but we need to know about them. So it's really important that you start with our first lesson in this series of HTML coding. So using our HTML skills we've already learned, we're really getting close to having a website we can be proud of. We're going to use a software called Glitch, and it will automatically put many of the elements and tags in for us so that it helps us to make fewer errors because it's happening automatically. An example is the declaration line. We know that that's a requirement at the start of our HTML page. It's already entered in using the Glitch software. The HTML tag already has the code in it, which indicates we want to use English. All of the base tags for HTML will already be written. The head tag that has information for our browser as well as the title for the browser, most of that information will automatically be input. From now on, when we type an opening tag, the closing tag will automatically be entered at the same time. Thus, we won't forget to put our closing tag in. So to get started, you're going to have to type glitch.com into your search bar. After you've done that, click Sign Up. There are several ways to sign up, including Facebook, etc. Today, you're going to choose Email a Magic Link. In this way, you won't have signed up for a real account until you decide you wish to do so. For this account, it's just a trial. So go to your email box. They will have sent you a magic link or a code that you can enter on this screen. Once you've done all that, click New Project from the top left-hand corner, and then select Hello Web Page. It'll take some time for you to get all this done. Join back when you've completed that. If you've done all of that, you should now be on this page. Now, I did say New Project was in the top left-hand corner. It isn't. It was in the top right-hand corner here. So hopefully you hit New Project and then Hello Web Page. When you get to this page, you're going to see some menu items on the left-hand side. We're going to be focusing on the index, HTML, and the style, CSS, for the purposes of our web page going forward. I'd like you now to go to the sunglass icon right up here on your page. Hit the menu button and select Next to Code. This allows us to write our code on the left side of the screen here, and then in real time see our web page here. You can see that at this point in time, we have code already here and the results already here. And that's because we're remixing what somebody else has already done. We're going to delete some of the code that's already been input into this web page. So we're going to go up here to lines 4, 5, and 6, highlight them, and delete. We're also going to delete lines 8 and 9, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Delete. And then down here at the bottom, we're going to delete lines 17 to 20. What we have left here is very basic coding like that we've already learned in our HTML lessons so far. You'll also notice that the resulting web page on this side is very simple and not as attractive as that which we started out with all the additional coding here. So let's go through what we already know. Here's the declaration line that we know has to be at the top of every HTML document. It's already put in there by the Glitch software. Here's the HTML tag, and rather than just have HTML, they do outline that the language we want it in is English. In fact, if we didn't put this, it would default to English anyway. But the Glitch software puts this in for us. So the headline, with the head element that we have already learned about, you can see here, embedded in the head is the title, and the title that's going to show up in the browser is simply hello. We then move on to the body, and here's our opening and closing tag for the body. Within the body is going to be everything that we want to show up on our web page, and we start here with an H1 title, and that is hi there. We then insert our P tag for our paragraph, and here we've got on your cool new web page. Now this is inserting a link, which we've learned how to do, and the link is the Glitch website. So that's here as well, all embedded inside our paragraph. This is your time to now play around with the Glitch software and see how much easier it is to add. So I'm going to demonstrate here. I'd like to do another title. So I'm going to do an H2 title. And what you'll notice is as soon as I do that H2 opening tag, Glitch puts in the H2 closing tag. I'm never going to forget to put a closing tag again. So my next title will be What I Like. And our closing tag is already there. I can bring it up on the same line if that's how I prefer to look at it, but it works just as effectively if it's on different lines. You can see now that there's my H2, What I Like, already there. So we don't have to save it in our text editor or notepad. We just type in and it shows up in real time right here. So I'd like to add another paragraph. So I'll do my opening P tag, and there we go. The closing P tag is already ready, and you'll note that when I start typing in it, I love sports and nature. It's already there. So if I don't like it, I can immediately backspace and change, delete sports and movies. And as you type, it automatically goes right into your page and you can see what it looks like in real time. In addition, this name here is just people make unusual names to do their projects. You're going to just delete that and put your own title in. I'm going to do Lori at KFPL, and that'll be the title that we now see. So I'll be able to find it more easily. The next step is going to be how to insert an image. Glitch can use the following image types. These image types would probably be familiar to you. To add an image to your website, we have to find one from a free image site. Google has recently changed the permissions and licensing for using images free of charge. I have suggestions for some sites where you can access free images. This is one of a number of websites that offer free images. So I went to this website, I searched technology images, I clicked on the image, high resolution. When you get to your site, you're going to right click and click Save Image As. Back on your Glitch site, you'll notice in the top left corner that there is an asset folder. Open that folder and you will see it says Upload an Image. We'll click on our image and the button will highlight saying Copy. You'll hit that Copy button. This will copy the URL. Back in your HTML coding, we will enter an image tag. Here is the image tag, img space src equals double quotation marks. In between these two quotation marks will be the URL. Here's the image tag. Double quotation mark at the beginning and the end. Need to close off here. And there's my picture. The only problem is you will have noticed that my image is much too big for my web page. That's where CSS will come in. In our next session, we will reformat our web page, change the color of the font, we'll add background colors and borders, we'll change the size and shape of the images. This is when developing our website gets really exciting. Some things to practice before the next session is to get yourself a Glitch account and develop your own web page that has 3 paragraphs, 2 images, 1 link, some H1, H2, H3 titles, and an unordered list. Frustrated? You wouldn't be alone. Coding is very frustrating, but perseverance is definitely key. Try to take a break, get some fresh air, do some stretching. Certainly take your eyes off the screen at least every 20 minutes. In Glitch, if you make errors, there's a red mark in the left-hand margin that tries to tell you what it is you're missing or you've done wrong. It can still be difficult to figure out, but it's a start to indicating for you where the error may be. Some of these will help you to keep yourself coding. Support is available at these sites. I hope to see you next session.